This is Easter weekend, and it will be an expensive one for families across the country. We are projected to spend almost $200 per person on the big day. It's a lot of money. Most of that money will be spent on Easter candy, which can pose a problem for people trying to avoid sweets or trying to stick to a balanced diet.
Dr. Payal Kohli, our medical expert, joining us now to talk all things Easter. It is a fun weekend. We do like to celebrate, but we should be thoughtful about our health.
Yeah, $200 for candy, my goodness.
In our budget.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I probably spent that, yeah. I'm like, that tracks.
We got to be putting together some Easter baskets for the kiddos, right? So like, what's the goal here? What are some of the strategies?
We really need to shift how we think about Easter baskets. So I know we just talked about Peeps, but Peeps is not something that should be going into your Easter basket. So instead of candy, now we're talking healthy snacks for our kids, because we know that childhood obesity rates are about 20%. So I'm talking trail mix or packets of nuts or coconut chips, dark chocolate, if you really want something sweet, greater than 70% cocoa in the dark chocolate. These are cute little snacks you can put in there. But I would also push you to not just put snacks, but also put sort of self-care tools in there, like a water bottle, for example, or perhaps put a jump rope, or put a frisbee, or if it's an older child, maybe put in a candle, a scented candle, or some aromatherapy, stuff that they can use to really work on those 4 pillars we talk about: eat, sleep, move, and stress. So not candy, but more healthy choices in that basket this year.
Yeah, those are great ideas.
Yeah.
What about like incorporating more movement and activity? Because I feel like things are so, you do the eggs at the kitchen table, you may do an Easter egg hunt. That doesn't require like a ton of movement.
Right.
Some.
So what I would say is try to work in activity that's going to raise your heart rate. So if the weather's nice on Sunday, I don't know yet if it's going to be,
Hopefully.
you all go for a family walk. But if it's not nice, then what you can do is an Easter egg hunt with little activities built in. So instead of opening up and getting candy, they open it up and they get like 10 bunny hops. And so they have to do like little jumping jacks in place or something. Or they have to chase each other around the coffee table 10 times. And you can be part of that as well. So really working in activity into the Easter events. And then, like I said, if there's an opportunity to get outside, get some fresh air, that's always nice too.
I saw this really cute thing on the internet where the dad had put all the eggs on him with Velcro, and the kids had to chase him around the yard and grab the eggs off Dad's shirt.
Yeah.
And then they're running around.
The key is to get that heart rate up.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just be sort of meandering, because you're going to be eating a lot at brunch. And
Oh,
then
yes,
at
we
dinner.
will.
Yeah, so let's talk about brunch. There's
Yeah.
so many good foods on Easter.
Yes.
How do we pace ourselves?
So first you eat breakfast. So a lot of people, because brunch is a little bit later, say, oh, let me skip breakfast. You actually eat breakfast, and you really want to focus on hydration during breakfast. Because if you fill up your stomach with water, you're actually going to suppress a lot of those appetite hormones and perhaps eat less later. Also, when you're thinking about planning your meals, I know usually there's a ham. That's not the healthiest meat choice. So instead, think about maybe grilled chicken, or you can think about a piece of salmon or something like that instead of a healthier sort of main course rather than the traditional ham. And then really try to enrich those vegetables, because those fill you up. They have a lot of fiber, so they help you detox from all the calories and the sweets and all the other things we eat, but they also are very nutritious as well.
I love that. We do a seafood boil. That's like a Southern thing, and like my husband has really gotten into that. So it's like a different way to, but that's good, right? Like
that's great. That's
crab
great.
and crawfish and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 thumbs up for Dr.
No, I
Kohli
love
for
it.
one.
As long as you don't have too many,
Extras.
sweet things on the side or what have you. Yeah. And then those
Fair enough.
sugary drinks, those can get to us too, ladies, because on Easter we like to drink a lot of sugary things or whatever.
Mimosas.
Without the alcohol?
No. All right, moving on.
That's just orange
Yes,
juice.
yes. Let's talk about just the mental stress of having family members over, and especially you have the kids. You want it to be perfect. That's where I get into like that sweet spot of how can I know my kids are going to enjoy it, but I don't want to stress myself out.
Yes, this is really important. So I would say first thing, Alex and Jenny, the control. It's not about having it be perfect, like you just said. It's just about family togetherness. So really sort of easing up on that control a little bit, because the harder you try to hold on to sand, the more quickly it slips out of your fingers, right?
Ooh.
And so you want to make sure you sort of just have it sitting there. And yes, you want it to be a perfect get together, and it will. The second, I think, and this happens in my family a lot, is the family dynamics. Trying to manage that a little bit and just making sure that you see people strategically, making sure you have some safe topics to talk about, especially with everything going on now. I feel like politics always comes up at my family gatherings, and we're very divided politically as a family, and that creates conflict. But lastly, I would say if it's getting too much, because sometimes it can be many hours of togetherness, take a little break. Take a walk outside, go upstairs for 5 minutes, listen to music, do some deep breathing, make time for that alone time to really get away and reset if it is getting a bit too much for you.
And then there's always Monday, the day after Easter. We can just take a little breather. How do we recover on Monday from all this?
So I would say you increase the potassium in your diet, because whenever you eat a lot in a short period of time, you kind of sodium load your body. So you want to make sure to increase potassium-rich foods. These are foods like avocados, tomatoes, fruits and vegetables, bananas, what have you. You want to make sure you hydrate, and you want to make sure you do, Alex and I were talking about this a second ago, intermittent fasting. So actually reduce your portions on Monday to kind of make up for those excess calories. Give your gut a little break from all that food, all that stress, all the other things that you did over the weekend, and just kind of hit reset for the week.
Great advice.
Seafood boil. You got me thinking on that now.
It's so fun. And not too many calories.
Yeah.
So Dr. Kohli will be proud as long as you only have one mimosa.
And you do the bunny hops. I want to see
Yes,
those.
you know what? I think my kids would really like that. I'm going to slip some of those little
Yeah.
notes into our eggs. It's a really good idea. I'm taking that one home.
I love it.
Dr. Kohli, thank you as always.